Resident Evil Netflix has been cancelled after one season. Now I had sat down to write my thoughts on the show, which was turning out to be nothing but a rant. After listening to two of my favourite Resident Evil podcasts, I kind of mellowed on it, and then I had an idea to try and stop this from happening again. Welcome back. What did you think of the Resident Evil Netflix show? Did you like it, or did you hate it? Let me know down in the comments. I instantly hated the show, turning it off after about 40 minutes. We were told that the games were the backstory to the show, and yet they completely recast Wesker. We had another Raccoon City, and jumping back and forward through time was really jarring. My buddy advised me to stick with it, as it did have some nice callbacks to the games, and it did. I did watch to the end, and my final thoughts were it was okay. But it doesn't fit in the canon, and so it's relegated to an alternate universe territory. Having listened to the First Aid Spray and the Resident Evil podcast, I reflected on the show itself. In truth, it wasn't that bad. Had some good episodes and some bad ones. It did have some nice callbacks, such as Lisa Trevor and the Moonlight Sonata opening secret hideaways. So why did I hate it straight out of the gate? Well, it was because we were told it was canon, but more on that in just a moment. Now, when Disney bought the rights to Star Wars,
Hello there.
They made all the movies and the Clone Wars TV show canon. Everything else was relegated to Legends. Naturally, this upset the fanbase, and I should imagine some are still pretty salty about it now. However, the Star Wars franchise had become so big, it was hard to know what was canon, what was just expanded universe. I personally think it was a good idea. With having the films as your base, anything they made moving forward would be official canon, and then they can have a huge expanded galaxy content they can now draw upon and make new content, bringing in previous characters and back into the official timeline. Now, before you jump into the comments and start telling me I'm talking nonsense, hear me out. The Resident Evil Netflix show got a ton of hate within the first 2 hours of going live. People, myself included, didn't like the story adaptation of Welcome to Raccoon City, and the less we say about the Anderson films, the better. Why is this? It's because they're trying to rewrite what's already established lore. People don't like it. It's the reason that I don't like the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 3. So here's what I propose. Capcom say, okay, from now on, only the mainline games, remakes 1, 2, 3 and 4 when it comes out, 5 to 8, plus the Revelations and the CG movies are the only official canon. And although I hate to say it, it probably should be the remakes that are the official canon. Everything else now is Legends. Going forward, anything that is granted the Resident Evil license has to work within these parameters. Nothing about the official canon timeline is changed, and anything made will be added to that official canon timeline. You want to make a film about the Raccoon City outbreak? Fine, but there's a survivor story. The city is big enough to bring in new heroes into it. You want to make a TV show? It could be how the BSSA was formed. You know, that sort of thing. This way, the world of Resident Evil is expanded, but nothing that has become before is changed. A bit like the Marvel Universe, I suppose. I think doing something like this will stop shows like Netflix series getting cancelled. People will be more excited to see how their favourite franchise is going to get bigger and not just trying to rewrite that history. I explain it in more detail in my thoughts on Welcome to Raccoon City, so you want to check out that video next. It's on screen now. Don't forget to give this video a like and become a Raccoon City survivor by hitting that subscribe button. And I'll see you next time.